edition of You Gonna Need a Lot More Wine. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Bring it on.
Cheers.
See, now you're drinking too fast. There you go. Now drink. And I do mean drink.
Ooh, that's strong.
Oh, my God. Where did you get that from?
That's strong.
Oh, my God. Woo. I know,
We
right? More
got we
juice
got
for
margarita
real.
today, so we're not on wine. We're on margarita today.
Hey, you know what? We on
that's
summer.
strong.
Whatever somebody brings, that's what we're going to be drinking. So, first of all, welcome YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook followers to another edition of, and we already did that. You're going to need a lot more wine, ladies. Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
I always say happy Sunday, Monday,
Yes.
Tuesday, Wednesday, all
Happy
of that
week.
good stuff, right? Yes, happy week.
Welcome
I
to
tell you,
paradise.
First of all, before we get started, just a couple of disclaimers. I don't know why I like to say disclaimers because is it really a disclaimer?
It is. You disclaimer.
Well, you know what? It's a disclaimer. The reason why we try to have our topics each week is because, first of all, we definitely want to educate. But not only do we want to educate, we also want to enlighten, empower. Shalita, where's that little half of a muscle at right there? She might have a whole muscle now, right? And we also want to engage our audience into topics that are not always easy topics to discuss, right, ladies?
Most of the time.
Yes.
And lastly, whichever item you decide to partake in, and for us today it is margaritas. Whatever that item is, please drink responsibly and do not drink and drive. All right, let's rock it, ladies.
Yay, what's our topic?
You know what? Do not start that. You are introducing our topic for today.
Our topic is get your own man.
Yes.
Okay,
Get your own man.
And I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so get your own man, Carla.
Well,
What do you want to talk about getting
well,
your own man?
I know there's a lot of females out there that just love married men. They don't want their own. They just want a married man. And I was like, why do you want to date a married man? You can never have him. They're like, that's just it. I want to just do what I got to do and let him stay home with his wife. I'm like, what? So that's just crazy to me. I don't want nobody else's man personally.
Let me just say this real quick. You said you don't want another woman's man.
Yes.
There was a article that said one woman's treasure is another woman's treasure.
Ooh.
Y'all ever heard that before?
No. Well, I guess in a way we all have had somebody else's man.
Right. and I guess basically what this is saying is that, you know what, we'll see a fine man and, we see him with a, nice young lady and we're thinking, well, shoot, if he's good enough for her, shoot, he must be good enough for me too then, right?
That could be so deceiving.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You can have all the looks in the world. You can be out with a beautiful woman because they're thinking, oh, wow, she's beautiful, and it must have been hard to get her. And if he's with her, he got to be the bomb.
Right.
That looks
Right.
can be deceiving is all I want to say.
So one question, I'm going to pose this to each of you ladies. And Breezy, we're going to start with you.
Uh-uh.
We're going to start with Miss
She
Dawson
said,
this time, 'cause she always tries to be all laid back and stuff like that. So my question to each of you, and starting with you, Miss Dawson, have you ever dated a married man? And if so, why? And if not, why not?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, you know what? I said this before. We ain't going to be straddling this fence.
So one more time. Ask me again.
Have you ever dated a married man? If you have, why did you date him? And if you have not, why did you not date a married man?
Okay, so is it the same if they're already separated? If they're divorced or separated?
Just answer that question. How about
I think
Because it makes it seem deceiving.
Yeah, because when to me, when I say dating a married man, you're talking about somebody that's going home at night to his wife and family and stuff like that. If they separated, ain't seen each other in months,
Right.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a free man.
You know what? I'm kind of funny about that because for me, if you're seeing a man and he has not gotten those divorce papers yet, as far as I'm concerned, you are still married.
Yeah, he's still
separated.
married. Anyway, this question isn't for me. I'll wait till it comes to me.
Okay, come on, Ms.
So
Dawson. Have
then
you
my
or
answer
haven't
had
you?
to be no.
Your answer is no. Okay.
Based on the definition of what I consider, this topic is more like a deceitful type. you know he's going home with his family opposed to somebody separated, coronavirus hit, the papers are behind. That's kind of different to me.
Okay.
And I'm not justifying it, because if I knew that they had a family at home and he was trying to be with them and me, that's different.
That's
opposed to my date just hasn't come yet for the judge to sign off on it.
Okay.
Different.
So you're okay if he's separated from his wife. They're still married. He's separated, and you're okay with getting involved with someone like that.
Yes. And you just have to trust and believe that what they're saying is true.
Okay.
It just depends on, that trust factor with that person.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Zelda?
Well, I have, I guess, been lied to like a lot of women have. I was actually dating this guy, never even thought to even ask if he was married. Because I'm thinking, why would a married man be talking to me? And he's married. So that was just the last thing on my mind.
Shit, that happens all the time, right?
To be talking to a guy that he's married. So we went on one date, and then by the second date, third date, we went on. Then he tells me, he says, "Oh, I got something to tell you. I'm married." And I said, "What?" So I guess he thought that I was going to be very insecure and beneath myself to talk to him because he was still married. But I said, no, you don't know Zelda. I'm not talking to you. Bye-bye.
That was over, huh?
So
You
that
know
was
what?
a done deal.
Let's have a toast to and a drink to bye-bye. He don't know Miss Zelda, right? Woo, you know what? When I tell you every time something big gonna happen, right? God dang! Is this in a good spot, Mr. Photographer? Thank you very much. All right. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Did y'all drink?
Yes, you're the only one that didn't.
Ooh, I need that too. Okay.
I knew you was coming to me next.
Oh, you know you next. You know we
I
let
know
you
you coming
save
to
the
me
best
next.
for
Yeah,
last.
we
What
saved
about
the
you?
best for last. So yes, no, I don't date married men. Why? Because they have a wife. That's why I don't date married men. And if I've been married before, and I would prefer my husband not to be dating outside of our marriage.
Okay, so you
So
said
I have been, that is not anything that I do. But I have been lied to.
like Zelda.
Exactly. And dating a guy and then come to find out he's married. It's like, yo, what's going on? Oh, well, we fight all the time. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Correct.
When y'all done fighting enough for y'all to get separated and divorced,
Yes.
then,
Exactly.
to me, it's like, okay, I got this beautiful thing at the house, but it's like, ooh, I want a new Corvette.
Yes.
Ooh, I want this new boat.
Right.
Yes.
Ooh,
New
my
water
God,
smell.
I want to go to this fishing spot that just,
Yes.
is the spot.
A new
You
island.
got this beautiful thing, and it doesn't matter that you may destroy it. You want to go out there and play and do your thing, regardless to how many people will get hurt.
Exactly.
Right? And so I think, and I'm going to pass it on, I think it's very selfish. I think it's selfish on the man's part if they are living at home and going home playing happy husband.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that is selfish on the man's part. And if the girl, the side chick, because we know there's a whole heck of a lot of them out there.
Right.
If the side chick know that he's going home playing happy husband, she like, well, I'm going to steal him from his wife and we going to be karma.
Yes.
And how often does that really happen?
Right,
Not
exactly.
Not often.
Not often
Not
at all.
often at all. Because right when she think,
No.
how many unsuspecting wives, how many news things you guys seen on, what's the show? Crazy or Snapped or something?
Oh, yeah.
The wife,
Yeah.
ding dong, hello?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Unsuspecting wife. Here
Yes.
come the side chick and just got blown away and she has no clue why.
Yeah.
Right.
That happened a couple of years ago.
So,
Here in
I'm
Atlanta.
gonna tell y'all about a movie, and then I'm gonna answer the question too. I watched a movie. It was years ago. It's a long time ago, and this was actually one of my favorite movies. I can't really remember the actor or the actress that was in it, but
Glenn Close.
yeah, what was the name of that?
Fatal
What was the name of that movie?
Fatal
Fatal Attraction. Let me tell you, when I saw that movie
good,
scared the living daylights out of me because
Right.
because stuff like
That
this
lady
really
was
happened. So
crazy.
it really scared me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so before I answer this question, we do have a caller, and welcome to You Gonna Need a Lot More Wine. Thank you so much for calling. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Neosha, and I'm calling from Cedar Hill, Texas.
Cedar Hill, Texas is in the building. Thank you so much for calling in. So we have a question for you. Have you ever dated a married man, or have you been in a situation where if you were married, someone actually was trying to date your husband?
Yes, I am married, been married for 20 years, and I have definitely had my fair share of women trying to date my husband.
Ooh, wow. She's had her fair share, she said. So why do you think that this is the case? Why do you think women want to date married men?
Well, just dealing with the women that I have dealt with, I feel like they don't want all the responsibility of having a full relationship that comes with it. And with them dating a married man, they still get the companionship without the strings attached.
Oh, companionship without the strings attached. How about we have a toast to that?
Yeah, all of the good stuff and no doing the laundry.
No doing the laundry.
No cleaning the drawers.
Right. None running to the grocery store.
Cooking and cleaning, or, just being that full-time person, but just when they want to be.
When they want to be, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just in it for the benefits.
One of the sayings, I actually heard this from Chris Rock a few years ago. He said that a man is only as faithful as his options. So, I think for us as women, we need to take that option away from married men.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of it is our responsibility. If we
Yes.
don't, indulge in the activity that they want to indulge in, we can cut out a lot of that stuff. Would you agree with that, Miss Miosha?
I do. And also, I think even, putting some of that on the men, too, because they need to set boundaries. Their friendliness can come off as flirtatious, but when that woman crosses that line, they also need to set boundaries, say, hey, you have crossed the line. I am married.
Yeah.
So we have to put that responsibility on them as well.
That's why I say a lot of times, us as women, we are definitely the stronger creature. Because what man that is going to turn down some tutu if somebody trying to get him home, right?
I'm twink.
But I have a whole nother
Absolutely, I
question.
agree. Absolutely.
Okay. One of our guests, one of our talk show hosts, she has another question for you, Miss Miosha.
And this may make all of you all mad, but I often ask this question. If we would have never been brought to North America and stayed where we were originated from, where they have multiple wives, it makes me wonder, were we ever meant to be with one person? The women, yes, but not the men. Over there, they don't argue. The divorce rate is not so high. And in America, I'm told that they do this just for money. The covenant is, so it's
a
something
different
to
culture.
it.
It's a different culture, and we got pulled into a culture that's not our own. And I think the reason we need to address her and let her go and then get back to our thing. Is there any more questions we have?
Okay. Do you have any more comments or questions that you have for us, Miss Miosha?
No, I don't. I'm just loving the conversation, though.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank
We really
you.
appreciate, and those were some really good comments. So we really appreciate your feedback. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
right,
so
bye.
getting back to that, I was reading a book, and it was African centered. It's about this young guy coming up and whatnot. Anyway, when he was young, he was like 7, 8 years old. He was surrounded by these women, young girls that were 7, 8 years old, and the reason why is because as they came up, those would be his wives. Yes, and so that was the culture at that time. And then as they got older, one of the girls was like, "Well, I don't want to be a fifth wife, and I'm going out." And so the whole thing was about how they adjusted to like their expectations of who they're supposed to be within this culture. It was really
wow.
good.
But
Really good.
personally, I wish we could have like more husbands.
What? Now she acting like
No,
a
I'm
dude,
just
right?
saying the culture,
One is enough.
Where they have, you're saying, women. Why can't it be the other way around? Why can't it be one woman and a couple of husbands?
But I'm just saying, even back from the biblical days, remember they had concubines and all that type of stuff.
They still do.
But yeah, so I'm just thinking this whole thing, we don't know because we weren't there from the origination of things. It just made me wonder, even Christian marriages, like 60-70% ending in divorce, something is wrong with that picture.
Yes, it is. I
And
agree.
I
And
think it's
I don't
because and this is just my thoughts, right?
Okay.
I just think it's just my thoughts again. I just think men's sexual drives are more than ours, right? At times.
I beg to differ.
That's what I said. Just my opinion, right? But you know, and it's
not a lot of women
like in
like
Asian, right? And like in Asian culture, all those other cultures, because it was when I was watching the Joy Luck Club. It was showing how, you know, this king, prince, whatever it was, had like this slew of wives, and the first wife, he had his son by one of the concubines, and the first wife took the son and pretended like it was she had the child because she couldn't have children, and because she did it because it was a boy, and the boy would be the prince, and then if it was his mother over there, then she would have to be replaced, and the concubine would have to be first wife because she had the boy. I was like, ooh, Lord, this is too much. But yeah, I mean, you just see in all these different cultures of how it's like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was another study that was done, and they talked about how younger women were more attracted to married men. Why do we think that's the case?
Because they
they
daddy
want
didn't
that-
raise them.
Lord,
they
the
want
daddy- the
they
daddy
want a
reason, so
daddy.
they have that father
They
figure
looking
with
for
the
a daddy.
married.
They just
the
want to
older
be
That
told
can
what to
pay their
do.
bills, pay their car
That's where I was
payments,
going.
take them to McDonald's, Burger King, you know, stuff like that.
Buy them
And
$20
don't forget the
shoes.
Sunday at McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Daddy, I want
Exactly.
some
They
ice
think they
cream.
can get all those, you know, they want their sugar daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
As like she said, without the responsibility.
Exactly.
You know, I ain't got to take him home. I ain't got to listen to him snore. I ain't got to clean up when he piss
You know
behind
what?
the toilet.
Hey, listen, if a ninja is snoring, they definitely going on back to the house. They is not spending the night with me. That's a deal breaker right there. So I have not answered the question whether I have dated a married man. And actually, I mean, I have to really be honest and fess up because, you know, we do try to be honest on this show.
Yes.
I have dated a married man before, and it had really gotten to the point to where, I mean, I had actually fell in love with this guy, and he actually fell in love with me. But after a while, it was just more painful for me to continue to date him than it was for me to just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just being away from him at night. It got harder and harder.
When you wanted it right
Absolutely.
there.
And, you know, when
all
holidays
snuggled.
came around, he was with
all
his
that.
wife. So it just really became really, really difficult for me.
Doesn't it remind
So
you of that Whitney Houston song?
what's that?
You know that song? You know that song where she's singing about come on, y'all? What's that
I know.
song?
Whitney
The Greatest
Houston. That's my
Love of
girl,
All?
too,
The
and I can't
Greatest
even
Love of All?
remember.
No.
Where she's like, oh man, I
Hell
forgot.
to the nose.
Like the greatest love of all. So every time, you know, in the video, he, you know, they're
The
having a good
Bodyguard?
time. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, she's like, my friends tell me to find a man of my own.
Oh, what's
Yada,
your-
yada.
you gonna make sure that it ain't singing, right?
Seen that
You
one.
gonna stick to IT, that's what you do.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
You know I gotta throw
Saving
another
all my
mic
love.
in.
David.
Oh, save my love for you.
okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, shout out to our makeup artist, Mrs. Susie. Thank you for that
Yes.
information, Miss Susie. Listen, I would have never figured that
You
one
know
out.
I got another one. I got
Okay, go
another
ahead,
one.
Miss Dawson.
You know I gotta always throw the salt in the game. So tell me why it's okay when I'm messing with a married man. So you know your role. You know you thoughtlicious number 2.
Oh.
Thoughtlicious. That's a shit. Let's have a drink of thoughtlicious, guys.
Thoughtlicious.
That's a new word
Now,
right
why
there.
you wanna-
Right,
Now,
right.
after,
Dawson.
Okay.
Now, why you don't know your role as
Thoughtlicious.
time go on and you want to replace
The
first
wife.
place?
Right.
I need you to thoughtlicious stay in your place. You knew what it was.
Correct.
From the beginning.
And
Right.
then-
So now why you want to replace me? What happens now? I'm getting ready to knock on your door. I'm getting ready to be stalking you all on your job. Look at him.
See, listen, you know what I found out was that, you know, it's all fun and games in the beginning because there are no feelings involved.
Right.
And we know as women, we start to get emotionally attached. And that's men, they can have sex with us all day long and don't have anything attached. You know what I'm saying? But as a
They
woman,
still love their wives.
they still love their wives. I mean,
Yes.
they're just getting what they can get. But as a
Yes,
they
woman,
get what they can
we
get.
get emotionally involved, and that's where all the problems start.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
So
man,
men need to factor
So as
that
long
in.
as
I'm
you
gonna have
stay-
a crazy after a while in about 3 to 6 months.
you're gonna have
Yes.
another fatal attraction.
Yes.
As long as you would stay thoughtlicious number 2,
Right.
Yeah,
then
no
there would be
problem.
no problems.
That's correct.
You stay in your side chick position.
Exactly.
There will be no problem.
But
No
most
problem.
women, we
As
we
women,
ain't about
we
to,
don't.
We
They
ain't
ain't
about to
gonna do
stay
that.
in that thoughtlicious
No.
position. That's a good word right there,
Thoughtlicious.
Breezy.
Thoughtlicious. Check it out, right? I was looking, you know how you scrolling through Facebook and you see incidents and whatnot? I'm scrolling through Facebook and the thing was like, ooh, the side chick stood up and spoke at the wedding. So I'm like,
yes.
whoa.
Oh, yes. Yes,
so
I
he's
saw that.
standing there with his wife and and then through the love and the blah blah blah
Yes,
saying the things.
yes.
And she's sitting there and she was like, "Oh, so you just gonna go ahead and go through with this,
Oh,
huh?
my
You just
Lord.
gonna go ahead and go through with this, huh? After what we did last night." I'm like,
Yes.
I was like, "What?" child?" And then to me, it's like
Lord.
the wife is still.
Yeah.
Right.
And to death do us part, and yada yada. I'd have been like, what?
Yeah, the time out. I know
Right.
this one right here would have had a straight
Yeah.
face.
Oh yeah.
Me too. Me too.
The church and the ushers would have been
Exactly.
all up
We
in there.
need to talk.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of women have low self-esteem, and they think they have to go for and keep the cheating man.
Yeah.
Like I often wonder sometimes why, our president in the past, his wife stayed with him after he cheated. I'm like, I couldn't
Isn't she
do
a
that.
thoughtlicious number 4?
I couldn't do that.
Somebody Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh, you
I
mean
couldn't-
Bill Clinton?
I
I thought
couldn't
we was
stay.
talking about,
That
I
president.
couldn't
The
stay
last
with
one.
a man after he cheated on me. No, honey, I can. You don't
Lots of
know.
wives do
Like
that, though.
Beyonce say, I got one around the corner. Okay.
But she even stayed.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
exactly.
That's just a song.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
but
So
you know
people
what?
say
So I
one
don't
thing and do something
understand.
else.
That's what I don't
Let me
Until
tell you
you're in
what.
that position, you just don't know.
Women,
I don't understand.
we
that
as
shit.
women, we are so loyal to a fault
And
most of the
we're,
time.
and we're
Loving.
forgiving.
So loyal and so forgiving. That's exactly right.
Especially when they come with that crazy, oh my God, it was just, oh, I love you so much. Oh, please, oh, it was my mistake.
Yeah, yeah, cry like crazy.
They will
don't they?
cry
And be
and tell
lying.
you
But
and
let-
be like,
but
it'll
let-
never
but
happen
But look,
again.
but let
And then
you
you
cheat.
take it back.
Let you cheat.
Oh, baby.
Child,
Yes.
then they ready to kill.
They
No,
gone.
yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah,
They're,
you're
I
right.
don't know
They
about
gonna-
gone.
they
They're ready to
gonna
kill everybody.
They'll kill
I know
kill
that much.
themselves. They'll kill
Man.
themselves.
It's so amazing that as women, we are so forgiving, and our men. This is another thing
They
that's bad.
push us to the limit. Time and time again.
How about this? As a man, if you know one guy that your girl or somebody that you call yourself like it, if you know one guy that you know that she was sleeping with, how about you don't want to even fool with her? But for us as women, we can know that you done dated my girl, her, that girl right there, and that girl, and we still do not mind having a relationship with you. Why
Long as
is
it's,
that?
it's like as
No,
long as it's
no,
not
I
one
don't
of
know
my
about
best
that.
friends.
No, no, I don't know about that.
It's like
I
as long
cannot-
as it's not one of my best friends.
No.
I
But if I know
cannot
that
date
girl,
nobody
yeah,
that my
I don't
friends
really
have
know
dated.
her.
I just can't do it.
don't wanna date
I can't
Yeah,
do it.
right, that
I don't
your
want
friends have
sloppy
dated,
seconds.
no.
I don't want the saliva from them. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just something in my mind. I can't, like, their lips keep, no, I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. But yes,
Yeah.
you are right. A lot of women don't care.
Yeah.
They will sleep with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother right up under you.
I don't know about
All right,
all
let's
that.
let's reel this back in here. Okay, we're talking
Lord
about
have mercy.
dating married men.
Yes.
Let's get back on that topic again.
There was something I wanted to say about what you were saying. Oh, about the you knew he was married in the beginning.
Yes.
But and the reason I think you went on ahead was because he was probably fine. He was like, she ain't gonna, ain't no big deal. I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
Right.
have
So
my
what-
little fun, send him on his way, and then the feelings jumped in.
Exactly.
But what were you telling yourself initially? Why was it okay for you to say, "Oh, let me"?
I think that in the beginning, and one thing that I can say about this gentleman, he really taught me a lot of things about myself. A lot of things that I was doing as far as, maybe dating married men or just getting involved with someone that I knew was already in a relationship with someone, is that I really felt like I was really not doing anything wrong. But overall, and in
Why?
reality, I was hurting myself by doing stuff like that.
Why did you feel you weren't?
Well, we
doing
all
anything
make
wrong?
mistakes. We all make
Young,
mistakes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
young.
we're all young. We
Yeah.
don't really think
Yeah,
about the
just all make
circumstances
mistakes.
or
Yeah.
what's going to happen if we continue to do something like this. It's just you don't
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
far ahead.
That
Of
is
course,
that
of
is.
You're just not mature enough to know.
Isn't that a terrible? Isn't youth terrible with the decisions you
Yeah.
make? When
Right.
you're young,
Yeah,
you
right.
grow up
Yeah.
like,
So
oh my
what changed
God.
your mind now?
What has changed my mind now about doing it is that I know that I'm hurting other people when I do that, because I felt so guilty that this man, when I tell you he would spend the night with me at least 6 nights a week.
Oh, I know.
He had 2 younger boys at home,
Oh
and he
yeah,
had his wife
that
at home.
happens. I know.
Yeah.
I
And
know people right now.
Exactly. I just felt like the reason why I won't do it now is because I know that I'm damaging another relationship and then their relationship at home, and
And
I
the
just
family thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it anymore because I'm thinking about other people as opposed to just myself now.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
That
well,
is.
look at you tuning your face. So what? Yeah.
I'm looking like that because how you married and you spending the night 6 nights a week
Oh, it
somewhere?
happens.
Well, you know what? He was able to do that because he had a night job, so he could always tell his wife that I'm at work. You know what I'm saying?
I know some men with a day job
That can do it.
that have been doing it, and they both married. Both sides are married. The wife is married, the husband's married on this side, and the two are been messing around for 20 years.
So they probably had a
20 years to
relationship
this
prior to
date.
either one of them getting married. You think?
They
why
were,
they
no,
not
no.
just-
They started the relationship after she got married. 2 weeks after she got married, she met this married guy. She stayed married 20 years. Her husband just died a couple years ago, and they still together.
Oh wow.
And neither one don't know nothing.
Know nothing about what?
Each
The
other.
person.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
That's crazy.
Now, why do they do that? That's what I want to know. I need to ask her. I told her she shouldn't do it. Even her family told her, you need to stop doing that.
You
Yeah.
can't tell people what to and not to
Yeah,
do.
that's
Right,
true.
that's true.
I just want to know why you're doing it. That's all.
Yeah.
So when the person, if you know that they're telling lies about they're supposed to be at work, you know, and he's telling his family that, how does that make you feel? Not you per se, but
Yeah.
if you know that they're a liar and deceitful like that. If I see you lying to the other person, that's a character flaw.
Well, of course.
And then that means you're probably lying to me too.
well,
And he might have 2 or 3 women.
Yeah. you
but
just
that,
making
I mean, of course, that's
Or
always
she-
that's always in
or
the back of
she
your mind. You
can
don't
have
really
2 or
trust
3
them.
men.
You know, you don't, because I mean,
Because they cheat with you.
Yeah, I've seen you lie to your wife about where you are at night. So what makes me
Yes.
think that you're not gonna lie to me about where you are?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting ready to talk personal stuff here.
Let's get it.
I get it, but I ain't gonna put it out there too
Put it
bad.
all, I need you to put it all the way out there.
We were at a spot after a thing. After we were at an event, and we went back. All of us were in this room with this guy, and he was digging on you, and he was on the phone with his wife. And he was like, I'm just wrapping up business now, and I bet you calling to check on me to make sure I'm not with another woman. I'm not. I'm sitting here talking to you, and you were standing right next to him. And I'm looking at him like, this is the poor girl. The girl on the other end of the phone.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
And as soon as he got done, before he sat the phone down, he had his arms all wrapped around Carla. I was just like, the madness of it all. Now, see, the wife had an inkling, because obviously he probably
Done
it
it
before,
before,
right?
yes,
And so she
yes.
called in to check,
Yeah.
and right there, no, I ain't with no other
Don't knock our
girl.
little sign over again.
You know, I'm like,
And that's why they say love is blind.
It is. It is. And we
Because
cannot help who we
You
love.
cannot. When they come back with them lies, you just believe them.
You
your
want to.
heart wants to believe
you
them.
want to believe him. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Kick him out.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's really hard for me to trust men now, and I think a lot of that is because I mean I've dated so many married men, and I see what they do. So it's just hard for me to really trust. You really have to.
No.
I mean, I'm gonna start everybody out with a clean slate in the beginning.
You'll try.
But yes, as soon as you do something that's halfway
Shady.
suspicious,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, your ass is just like the rest of them. Get your ass away from me.
Exactly. And you can't help it because experience is a good teacher.
Right.
Yeah,
it is.
experience is.
Ooh,
Yes.
So yes, no, I don't.
Lord have mercy.
I don't partake. But there's a bunch of folks that do.
You know what I will say now? I totally do regret dating married men. And if I had it to do all over again, I would not. I definitely would say
And that-
that.
and that's
because, I
fine.
mean, it
And
hurts
that's
too many
fine.
people.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, so.
At least you can stand up and be a woman and say that so many people, they're still doing the rotten, the rotten stuff that they're doing every day.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then don't you think like for some guys that have it all, let's say like rich guys, older guys, they feel that they can have whatever they want whenever they want. And the wife she ain't got nothing to say about it because she ain't paying no bills.
Right,
or whatever.
right,
and she
right.
ain't helped build this empire. But
Right.
if she did help build the empire, that's a different story. But if she didn't, it's like, look at how you living. Shut up. I do
Yeah.
whatever I want to do. Oh, and if you don't like it, please leave. You remember this prenup we signed?
Right.
You go ahead and take care of yourself.
Like that Tyler Perry movie. What was it? Was it I Can Do All Bad All By Myself?
That
Oh,
was
he was
good.
a-
What's it called?
Why did I get
What?
married?
No, the one when he was in the wheelchair and she beat
Oh,
him up
yeah.
in the
And She
wheelchair.
pushed him in the bathtub.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Diary of a Mad
That was a
Black
good
Woman.
I tell you what.
She didn't have to work, but he put her down for taking care of the house and doing
He put
this
her
and
down
that.
all the time for
Yes,
everything.
and then married this young girl,
He
and
didn't
then
marry
the
her.
young or dating.
They was
Side
dating.
chick.
Well, she took all his money out the bank.
Thoughtlicious.
I know she took all of his
And
money
she
out the
had
bank.
2 of his kids.
Yes, that's right. And
Yes.
took all his money out the bank and left that fool. And guess who was there to take care of him? His real wife.
Yeah.
was. That's what I
See,
talk
men
about
don't.
that
Men
loyalty
don't.
and that
Yeah,
unforgiveness
men
that
don't
we
understand. You
have.
out here doing
I mean,
this and
we
doing that,
just
but when you
forgive.
get old and broke down and sick, then who you gonna depend on? You gonna depend on that side chick? No, she ain't gonna do nothing for you.
That was
You
the
need to
same-
stick with your wife.
That was kind of like
know?
the same thing with Jill Scott. Remember in the Why Did I Get
Oh,
Married?
that was so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, and then she finally broke away, got a man that loved her, and and
Yeah.
all that great
He
stuff.
was fine, too.
And then
Lamont
the dude that was putting her down and calling her fat and brought his side chick to the party, to the
And she
friend
wasn't
outing
fat.
and everything.
She was what?
She was
fluffy.
she was fat because she had on a fat suit, okay, for the movie. They meant for her to be extra
They wanted
fat.
her to be fat, huh?
And so she finally get her man, and dude gets sick with cancer. And I was like, well, I don't have anybody else to take care of me. She should have been like, well, where's
Right.
that side chick
Thoughtlicious.
number?
Yeah,
Where's
where's the
number
side chick
2?
at?
Where's she at?
But what the
And so
men don't
she
know.
wound up taking care of him.
Yeah. What the men don't know, they think they tricking with the women, but the women is tricking them. They don't even know
Hey,
that
hey,
they
hey,
getting
slow down.
tricked.
Let's have a drink till we tricking them. They ain't tricking us.
They tricking us. I mean, the women are tricking them. And they don't even know it. They think they messing around on their wife, but they getting tricked. Y'all getting tricked, and double tricked.
Tell us some more
triple
about that,
tricked.
Zelda. Well, why you say
Okay.
this?
Well, I'm just saying because these women, some of them are smart to know that they don't even want them to leave their wives, and they're thinking, and some of these men are falling in love with these side chicks, and the side chick ain't even thinking about them because they got their man at another place.
You know what? You sound like you know something this from experience. What y'all think?
So no,
sound like you done did this before, Miss Zelda.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
putting it out there.
Yeah.
Y'all know the men at home like, now why they men bashing? What about the women that cheat on their husbands?
Yeah,
We got a lot of that going on too. I
They-
mean, we can't discriminate, right?
Right,
Yes.
but then, there's a whole nother statistic on that one.
What is it?
The statistic is women cheat because we cheat because we are yearning for emotional fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what it says.
That we not
Men
getting
cheat
fulfilled.
because they just want to screw.
Yes, just
Right?
because.
But they say
Just because.
women cheat because, like, if we're married, we're like, yeah, But if the husband's neglectful and all
Yes.
this stuff, and somebody's like, oh, you're so pretty.
Not holding
Who's
your
hel-
hand.
Who's
not
helping
telling
you with
you're
with
beautiful.
those bags? Oh, let me carry that for you. Oh, you're so beautiful.
It takes a lot for
know
a woman
what?
to
It take a
cheat.
lot.
It take a
And-
lot for a woman to cheat. It don't take nothing
Yes.
for a man to cheat.
Let me tell you something. A lot of men that are trying to date other women, they catch on to that little thing right there. Showing you some affection, holding your hand, and as soon as you get their ass, all that shit changed, right? God dang, don't start something that you can't finish now.
Why do your hand like this?
I'm talking about you can't even put your dang on leg on them. They be getting that on. I'm like, now where is the person that I met that did all this good stuff, right?
Right.
Ladies, hey, this has really been a very fun topic. So, Miss Dawson is the closer. Why don't you go ahead and close us down, Miss Dawson?
Oh my goodness, I should have been thinking about what I wanted to
get-
say
we're gonna
about
talk
this.
about why women cheat next.
Close it on get your own man.
Well, get your own man. I guess that's the topic for today. We're going to talk about next why women do what they do, but that's all I got to say. Ooh.
Hey, all right, ladies, get your own man and leave them married men alone. All right, ladies, you gonna need a lot more wine.
After this one.
Right.
And don't go back looking at your husband all shady like, You hear what they was talking about?
My side piece. Side piece.
Everybody love that side piece song. I'm talking about they be out there getting it, baby. My side
I think they come to the
piece.
concert.
What?
Yes, remember I was asking you, what's the name?
It's
Tucker?
gonna be a lot of old folks at that
Tucker.
concert. ain't it?
Tucker, all of them coming.
Oh,
Side
that's
piece.
nice. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Subscribe
You
to
gonna
our
need a lot
channel.
more.
Please subscribe to our channel.
And leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the
And
show.
what is the
What
channel?
would you like for us to talk about?
The
You're
channel.
gonna need a lot more wine on
Yes,
YouTube.
On
absolutely.
YouTube.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, ladies. That was
Subscribe. Leave a comment.
great. Party over. Party over. Party over.
Well, that was
Party
spirited.
over.